Chirp.
Welcome to the inaugural game of Draw Your Weapons, the tabletop role-playing show where the players literally draw their weapons, among other things.
That's right. The players will all be employing composition notebooks as their personal sacred grimoire, recording the moments of the game sessions through hand-drawn depictions of the action and role play. I'm Blaine Capatch. This is Chris P. We're broadcasting from the control van at Titmouse Animation Studios in sunny uptown Burbank, California. It's a beautiful day for a game, Chris, played entirely inside of a van that's inside of a building.
Double inside, my favorite kind of inside.
Our game room is in the Titmouse Wizard Wagon and features a 10 by 6 foot gaming surface with bespoke Game Master screen and table brands forged in actual fire and steel. Unique bubble window lighting and wallpaper designed by Skinner. A great space and a dream come true for serious gamers.
What a table to begin this season. I can't wait to see who spills first blood.
Speaking of spilling blood, let's meet the Game Master of Draw Your Weapons, our very own Josh Knapp. Hailing from the Windy City, Josh has GM'd over 100 game sessions at both cons and private tables, including GaryCon, the Blood Barn, and the previously mentioned Wizard Wagon. He's proficient in many gaming systems and has had his work published in role-playing supplements such as Tavern Tales by Escape Plan Games. Let's go to Knapp, tableside, as he prepares for the first session.
Josh, I understand you're going to be running 5th edition D&D for this campaign. What's your thinking on running 5e versus other editions? And why D&D and not, say, Pathfinder or an even more niche system such as Torchbearer or Blackbirds?
Most new players are familiar with 5e. It's what a lot of people learned on in the modern tabletop era, and it's still Dungeons & Dragons, and you do have to start with the classics. Let's face it, what else are you going to play, GURPS?
GURPS. D&D brings the textbook Gygax and Arneson foundational RPG experience, and the 5e delivers that Crawford and Merle's contemporary spin.
Josh, when I sit down at the table, I always try to suss out the GM for potential tells. What's your strategy to keep a player like me on their toes?
Strategy of keeping players on their toes is not really something I think about when prepping. I just roll the dice a lot and players get afraid.
And speaking of uneasy players, let's meet the team that will be making up our adventuring party.
Rashawn Scott.
Scott is incredibly strong on roleplay.
I slice off the arm, I slice off the other arm, I freaking debone this motherfucker.
She has an extensive resume in acting, D&D game shows, and improvisation.
I could play any character that you could possibly want.
She has the experience where it counts. I can't wait to see what character and class she'll decide on.
My character came from a sense of just wanting adventure. She began in one of those Zen gardens and found the peacefulness so boring that she wanted to break out.
Whatever class she decides on, Chris, she's certain to bring class to this table.
Oh, you said it. The one area in which she falls slightly behind the other players is her drawing experience. Unlike some of the other players, she is not a professional visual artist, but she more than makes up for that in her improv and comedy skills.
Take a girl to brunch, I can use a mimosa!
Josh, I believe you played with her before. What do you anticipate?
All right, I have 3 words for you: roleplay, improv, and comedy. But don't underestimate her strategy either. Strategy would definitely be the 4th word.
Those are some words indeed, Josh.
Sean Glaze.
Sean is definitely a multi-class player. He's outstanding in every category. He's a professional animator, so he brings drawing to the table in a big way.
Let me see, what do I need?
He has RPG and acting experience as well.
Of a healing potion. And a poison potion.
Not quite as much as Rashawn in these disciplines, but still a powerful contender.
I like playing mischievous characters that are flawed and throw a wrench in the situation.
Glaze also has the most hours on the board by far in live drawing on camera. A lot of people choke when the lens is pointed at their blank page and they end up breaking their pencil on the first stroke. But I'd be very surprised to see Glaze freeze up. He's got a fantastic comfort level sketching anything on camera.
You bought a shield. Look at me. I'm a big pussy.
I gotta get out of here.
Jason Charles Miller.
Jason is an exceptional musician in multiple genres. He actually wrote the theme song to this very show.
Jason is incredibly experienced in the TTRPG space as both a player and a game master.
Game masters who are nice guys in real life, when they get behind that screen, everything can change.
Let me ask you a question, Blaine. Does GM experience give you an advantage as a player? A full understanding of the rule set could give him the strategic upper hand.
As a player, I never try to learn all the rules, Chris. That's what the GM is for.
Heather Mahler.
Heather is definitely the rookie of the group. While incredibly strong in illustration skills, she's largely unproven in combat and roleplay.
I'm looking to crush some heads in different creative various ways and make some friends on the way.
Well, she has a lot of heart and she seems to be ready to start some mayhem. That's a good outlook for going into the first session in my spell book.
Josh, are you gonna take it easy on this rookie?
No.
Okay. Now that we've got a sense of the players in today's game, let's see what Knapp has in store for them. Josh, although you always run your table with a sense of humor, in the past I've witnessed you run a brutal game with relentless adversaries and punishing traps. Will you be going for a TPK today, or will you be taking it easy on the party?
I'm never trying for a TPK, but we're gonna actually start with a session 0. I don't anticipate player deaths in the character generation phase, but you know, I've been surprised before.
Will there end up being 11 RPG sessions in this season?
If all goes to plan, but in my experience, you can't really anticipate what a party's gonna do. Are they gonna be thoughtful, puzzle solving, role playing, or a gang of murder hobos? Can't really tell.
Well, I'm looking forward to finding out.
I hate to interrupt, Chris, but it looks like the players are entering the wizard wagon.
All right, the first Draw Your Weapon session is about to begin. Let's go back to Josh as he preps the party.
Let's roll 'em up!
So the group that you are currently with is called the Knights of Ide. Semi-private military that is known for getting rid of past mistakes.
Like, are we doing like community service sort of?
It's more like you're pretty much mercenaries. Disposable, off the books.
Fun.
Yeah.
So if we're the Knights of Ide and we're sort of we're the people that they send in when nobody else wants to go in. Mm-hmm. Sky's the limit on what we can be.
Yeah, you can be
right?
Anyone from any walk of life, really.
I could be a half elf. I think that's fun.
What kind of character do you think Sean will roll up?
Well, he's a musician and artist in real life. I'm thinking he might go for a bard. But he also has a barbarian vibe. Maybe he'll dig into brutality.
Why don't we now go around? I would love to see what you guys drew for your characters. So should we start with Blurred?
So this is my guy.
Oh my god.
My name is Wimblurred, but don't call me that. Call me Blurred.
Sean has opted for a challenging voice to pull off over a long stretch of role play.
I'm 10 and I'm not supposed to be here, but my shitty parents caught me stealing. I'm a rogue, drow little boy, and I want to do a mission and try to find as many weapons as I can and take them and use them.
I had some sugar earlier.
I ate some sugar right now.
Do you think it's a mistake to go for such an extreme vocal decision for Blurred?
Well, in my experience, a voice like that is very difficult to keep up.
All right, Rashawn.
Yes. Imagine, if you will, a buxom rock woman. A buxom, just.
I was already doing that.
Thank you so much.
And it's anybody's guess what Rashawn, our master of roleplay, will cook up.
The only thing we know for sure is that we're in for a surprise.
This is the illustrious Tammy Cole.
Tammy.
My name is Tammy Cole. I'm a level 5 Earth Genasi monk, and I can hold my liquor real good.
Ooh, do I detect a bit of word slurring in that Tammy voice?
I think Tammy might enjoy a little sauce, Chris. A little sauce.
Is that a belly belt?
Yes, it's a belly chain that is my weapon. I just thought it would be cool to have a weapon that was one of the rocks of my body. So I take off my head on a chain, like a meteor hammer.
Yeah, and wallet chains are back.
Yes, they are. Yeah, this is, from my brain to the page, baby. That's Tammy Cole.
Jason, what are you thinking? Tell us about your character.
I had this kind of interesting idea.
Oh, look at this. Jason Charles Miller is up. Blaine, what are you thinking?
Well, like Sean, Jason's a musician, but I'm thinking he won't go for bard. He's going to want to round out the party, so I'm predicting a paladin.
Let's see.
I don't think I've drawn since the 8th grade, but here is Modar's.
Yes.
My name is Modar. I am a living statue, embodied by the spirit of a devil, trapped in this earthly domain. All shall fear me.
Oh, that is sure not a paladin.
I could not have been more wrong, but I'm glad we'll get to see some devilish doings.
Modar, why are you being punished?
That is my secret. May be revealed in time, or maybe it won't be revealed at all.
Come on, tell me.
Blurred,
I won't tell anybody. Just tell me.
if I told you, Blurred, your head would explode.
Oh,
But what I think I came up with is the symbol of the Knights of Ide, and that is an hourglass that is unhappy. Because Ide, as in idle, no one else would do these jobs, so it's an unhappy hourglass.
I'd approve it. You get a point of inspiration.
Yeah.
And all that does is at any point you can re-roll something.
Gotta add a little hourglass to mine too.
Okay, Heather is up. What will she roll up to round out this party?
Her art and online presence point to some kind of witchy spellcaster. She owns a black cat in real life, so I'm doubling down on witch.
Yeah, she does like to collect moss in the woods, so my bet is a druid of some sort.
Well, we can both agree that she's likely to have a cat familiar as her companion.
Last but not least, Vicky Dammit.
Vicky Dammit?
This is my Vicky.
Look at those fists.
I'm playing a barbarian, Tabaxi. I think my last name's Dammit because that's what my parents were like, Vicky Dammit! And she's not the smartest, but she means well.
The himbo cat barbarian.
Whoa! She didn't stop at a cat familiar, but she crossed over into actually playing an actual cat, a tabaxi. Excellent choice. They make great characters if you're not allergic.
I think the reason why I wanted to go barbarian is because it seems the most just straightforward, like, I'm gonna have fun and have a good time and not worry about it too much,
Look at the guns. Build like a barrel.
Yeah. It's like a big and then, so.
It's so cute.
I had a barbarian black cat, Chris. His name was Calvin. He loved McDonald's French fries.
Oh, those are good ones. They're the best ones. Better than In-N-Out.
Oh yeah, well you gotta get them well done.
It seems like we have pictures of our entire party, which means the squad has been formed.
I like the look of this lineup, Chris. Well-rounded for both combat and roleplay. But Chris, I find it hard to believe that nobody jumped on the cleric grenade. This party's gonna need a healer. All parties need a healer. And Marvin Gaye CDs just aren't gonna cut it healing-wise when it gets up close.
They have a few healing potions, but those won't last long if our players take a lot of damage. Hell, I go through 3 LaCroix scrolling on my phone in the morning.
Nothing heals psychic and necrotic damage like LaCroix. Erase that bludgeoning damage with LaCroix. And your choice of 12 almost flavors.
Do you have a name that you call yourselves as a squad?
The shitbreakers. The fuck herders. The big tough cussers.
The big tough cussers.
Keep going.
I was
Push
almost
through it.
Maybe it's
Maybe it's like you.
Hold on. Are you talking as Sean or?
I'm on the brink of puberty.
I'm kind of partial to the big tough cussers.
Big tough custard. Isn't that flan? Oh, cusser. Oh, okay.
We could just change our name every day, and we could just keep it fresh.
Yep.
They might not have a name, but you don't need a name to crush a dungeon dweller's skull. Do you, Blaine?
You don't. You certainly don't.
So, our players are all, they are all members of a faction called the Knights of Ide, and they have been gathered in what is known as the Noga Ide encampment. So this is kind of the base of operations of this mercenary band by Knight Commander Durdolf. And now the Knight Commander is a tall, imposing woman who has sort of a stature as though she's carved from wood. You were all summoned to her office. She stands up and goes, "So, some of our deep terrain scouts have reported back recently from some of the nearby foothills. Apparently, a lot of the kobold tribes that normally live pretty segmented and apart in the mountain tunnels have been gathering in one spot.
What?
And they don't normally do that.
Those guys are totally lone wolves. I used to date a kobold.
They tend to keep separate, so the fact that a bunch of them...
A pack of lone wolves.
A pack of lone wolves. Very weird.
So kobolds, if I understand it right, they're traditionally little dog guys, little dog men, and here I am, a big cat lady. I'm into it.
Villages in the area have reported some weird things going missing. Door hinges, hammers, any pieces of stray metal. Around the same time, a bunch of kobolds are gathering. We think the two may be related.
We are to recover door hinges. What about maybe perhaps spools of string or knitting needles?
Listen, I understand that it's not the most glamorous retrieval job, but I'd like you to go and check it out.
So Modar sort of comes from an idea of, what would an inherently evil character that's put into a group and forced to do good, or at least forced to cooperate.
If you happen to find that they have something that a large group of kobolds shouldn't have, we'd like you to claim that, bring it back to us. And if you can go about it in a way that you don't murder all of them.
Maybe we'll find a doorknob as well.
Jason loves every player, but Modar looks down on every character.
And this job comes with a stipend, actually. So when you get back, you can expect a little reward.
And we'll get paid?
And you'll get paid.
Okay, good, yeah.
If you want to quickly stop by the blacksmith for whatever provisional supplies you need, he'll also set you up with some health potions. He's very easy to find. He's in a prominent space in the encampment. His name is Grundor the Tuskless.
Well, I guess I walk into the blacksmith and it goes, bing bong.
It does. From the back, you can hear Grundor breathing like a pug, like...
Who is it?
Oh, you know who it is. It's Tammy Cole, baby.
Oh, Tammy. It's always good to see you,
It's good to see you, Grundor. I was hoping, maybe you got something in the back that you want to, give to old Tammy Cole.
All right,
Yeah.
come on, let's see what I got.
He kind of rustles around in the back for a bit, and he comes back out. And he has standard adventurer pack of all your standard provisions. He also gives you 3 health potions.
Ooh. Yes.
Potions of healing, 3 of them. And he's gonna hand you a little baggie. And in it are 3 little spheres that you pull them out. They look just like glass marbles.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that those are gonna be beads of force.
You chuck them, they do, I think 3d8 force damage in a 10-foot radius.
Okay, I'll hold on to 2 and I'll give 1 to
Probably smart.
Modar.
Rashawn coming in strong with Tammy Cole roleplay. She's a seasoned actress, so we're in for a great adventure with Tammy.
With that, a couple other adventuring parties are kind of queuing up behind you for their stuff.
They're tapping their toe,
it's more. They're
oh my god.
I crawl through one of their legs and I see if there's anything in their pack.
Give me a sleight of hand for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is a 6 plus 8, 14.
All right, let's see if that is gonna... Yep, okay. So one of the knight errants who is standing behind you, you zip under his legs, you reach up, and you find he does have a dagger.
I take that shit?
Mm-hmm.
I love that you're just like a little shit.
Can I ask, how do we travel? Are we horseback, steed?
You're gonna walk.
All right, sick. Let's go. Well, it's pretty obvious who is the leader of this to-be-determined group. It's me. Everyone's gonna listen to Tammy Cole. Doesn't that sound like a leader to you?
You do have a pretty rudimentary map that leads you about to the area of operation for the mission. Easy route through field and forest before you start reaching deep into some foothills, so much so that you now enter sort of a gorge. It dead ends into kind of a sheer cliff face with this twisted metal gate that sits shut. As a guy kind of wearing like almost a ghillie suit stands up suddenly, and he's holding like a heavy crossbow. This thing looks like it means business, and you see the little hourglass of the Knights of Ide on him, but he approaches you and goes, Dirtoff send you?
Who's asking?
Yes, we were sent by Dirtoff.
Okay, good. I'm Night Ranger Gromist, and he kind of walks over to the door, and he gently pushes it open, and inside there is a hallway leading deeper into the cavern, and at the mouth of that hallway is a person, dead, split into 4 very even kind of chunks. And he goes, yeah, that was my buddy Zorlo. He kind of just walked in, so I guess heads up, but anyway, see ya.
Heads up or heads off.
And he just kind of does an about face and walks off.
I run in immediately.
I tried to grab him. I attempt to grab him.
Ooh, unexpected strategy by Blurred. Going full Leroy Jenkins out of the gate. How do you think this is going to work out for him, Blaine?
Well, in my experience, this usually leads to an initiative roll at best, and getting violently eviscerated by a trap at worst.
Give me dexterity checks to see how quick you are to grab at him.
21.
Okay,
Yes.
that's, yeah.
I'm like, I am the target.
The one time that we need your stealth skills.
I'm slipping into the shadows head first.
That intervention by Modar may have saved Blurred and the party some precious HP.
HP he's gonna need if that's the style of game he intends to play.
So the room itself is hewn stone, like dug by hundreds of little claws, not super big, maybe 12 feet high, 20 feet wide, and it dead ends into this hallway where you have the slough of person.
Tammy is going to cast Pass Without Trace.
Okay.
So I merge with the stone, so that I'm able to like pass through. I'm hoping to go like as undetected as possible.
Yeah.
It's not in the center where I'm thinking
Sure.
like if anything could pop out and get at me. So I'm gonna sneak on the side.
So you shimmy on over there. Give me an investigation check, if you will.
Ooh, that was a 14.
Oh yeah, there's quite a lot of kind of viscera about, especially the body, but there's nobody around that you can see, and with an investigation, there's actually, there's a pouch.
Tammy looks in the pouch.
3 diamonds.
Oh, it's just a regular rocks.
Freaking rocks, man.
Anything sharp in there?
Nothing against rocks, though.
Everybody loves a rock, but yeah, this is just some bullshit in here. Don't worry about it.
That would bring us to Blurred.
I use 2 of the bodies as stepping stools, and I climb the wall.
All right, make me.
There's just one body?
Yes.
Okay.
There's one body
In
and 4
4 parts.
pieces. So you step on it?
Yeah, I go step.
Dexterity saving throw, please.
My character is immature. They don't know any better. They can't help themselves. Because he's a little kid, and you want to be true to that.
Children.
I think I'm going to be doing some risky stuff, and I'm probably going to mess everyone up a bit.
Let's see how this strategy plays out.
It's 2 + 11.
13. You step on the body, and as soon as you do, you feel the floor under your foot go. And you hear a ka-chunk, and from the ceiling swings these 2 arms, and you don't see anything between them, but boy, do you feel it. You are going to take 11 points of damage. As this arm bearing razor wire sweeps past you, and it kind of knocks you back a little bit.
11 points, that's a lot of damage, and that's gonna hurt. It would definitely hurt me, but not Honey Badger.
Maybe you'll learn a lesson.
Probably not.
Is there a rock somewhere nearby I could roll?
Yeah, sure.
What would I roll to roll?
How big of a rock are you trying to get?
Pretty big rock.
Give me a strength check to just like, like palming a basketball, just grab a huge rock.
So 14.
14. Oh yeah. So you'd grab like as big as his torso kind
Does
of
this
rock.
give me more points too? I'll give myself having a little walk-in. I'm ready to go.
Okay, so you grab this big rock, you roll it on the trap, and sure enough, the weight of it depresses and the arms swing back again.
As the arms are swinging down, I want to take out my meteor hammer and try to knock the arms.
Give me an attack roll, yeah.
Sure. Ooh, that was a 14.
Yeah, that'll hit. Roll some damage.
2d4 plus 2?
Yes.
8.
So you sling your meteor hammer at the arms and it connects, and like this big chunk of rock hitting this pretty old wood making up this trap, you shatter one of the arms and it kind of like hangs limply from the wire now.
Okay, so we're safe. We're safe from this mechanism.
Does it appear that that one trap is what cut the body into 4 pieces?
It does, yeah.
Very well.
Cool.
Past that trap, the tunnels just kind of wind deeper and deeper into the mountain, and it just keeps stretching on and on until finally you reach just an open doorway.
How will they approach this door?
There's a door.
Yeah.
Carefully,
Okay.
with stealth.
And be quiet and sneaky.
I sneak. I'm like getting close to going through the door.
Give me a
I'm
stealth
like feeling
check.
it out.
Blurred is going for stealth. Looks like he may have learned something.
Good. Inconclusive. 15 plus 14 plus 10.
He is making the GM do his math for him, but it's progress nonetheless.
Blurred disappears.
I never existed.
Did we not have a 4th member of our party? I don't remember him.
All right, you get right up to the door.
I start to look through. I'm like, it's like one finger at a time. Just like one little foot goes through. It's like one little toe. Presses on the ground.
All right, it's about time.
When the GM states it's about time, you know something significant is about to happen. What do you think he has in store for our party, Blaine?
We're about to find out.
Whoa! Do I see smoke?
Holy shit!
Where there's smoke, there's...
A handcrafted set piece! Look at that! This is what Draw Your Weapons is all about!
Oh, and so we see this through the doorway?
Through the doorway, you kind of see this from far off, and from the doorway where you are, you can hear the sound of this crowd cheering.
Oh no.
But you're kind of looking across this like ramshackle kobold city of more kobolds than you've ever seen in one place before, and this chapel made out of all these twisted metals, it stands out much taller than the rest of the buildings, and the crowd gathered in front of it are all turned and are very intently focused on whatever's happening in front of the door.
Can we listen in and see if they're discussing anything before we approach?
Sure. Give me perception.
All
Still
of
pretty
us?
far away. Yeah, if you're trying to listen in.
Ugh, I can't hear shit.
6-9, okay, yeah.
20.
And Modar rolls a 20. Was that a dirty 20?
I think so, but a 20 is a 20, and that's gotta make Jason feel good about his incredibly heavy signature metal D20.
So this D20 was actually made from a dagger that was then hammered down and reforged from the sword Stormbringer, which actually sucks and eats people's souls. So you gotta hope that this doesn't break apart, because then all of our souls are gonna be sucked into it.
So you can understand what they're saying, and the priest, there's one robed kobold who's standing in front
in
of...
the middle, from a hammer.
Yeah, and standing in front of this hammer, which is kind of resting on an anvil. And from where you are, you can see there's a couple other kobolds sweeping up bits of kind of just bloody mess, also in front of this anvil, but the priest raises his arms and goes,
"Who will try next? Who will be the leader?"
A hush falls over the crowd before one little kobold decides,
"Me, it'll be me!"
And he runs forward and he grabs the hammer. And you see a huge pile of scrap metal next to this anvil too. And he just grabs a piece of it and he puts on the anvil, he grabs the hammer, and he hits it once, and a loud ring echoes throughout the cavern with a bright flash of light. And you see the kobold kind of like shaking with the force of this blow. He goes, "Eee!" And then he raises it again, and as he brings it down, a surge of energy shoots through this kobold's arms, and he just explodes in a bloody mess all over the anvil, and all over the priest, and all over the front row. There's quiet for a second. And then another cheer from the crowd.
Yee! We did it!
Oh, shit. So this group has got to infiltrate a bunch of kobolds and be stealthy about it. That's not gonna fucking happen. Come on now.
I try to run over to like the back of the crowd.
A lot of kobolds here. We're gonna need a very detailed plan. Blurt!
Uh-oh, maybe Blurt hasn't learned.
This is where roleplay and strategy intertwine and sometimes compete.
So you're by this crowd. They don't really seem to be paying you any mind. They're pretty focused on this process.
Are there things lying around, like maybe things like koboldy things I can sort of gather to, if I were to try to make a disguise a little bit?
Yeah, give me investigation.
Okay.
Can we move your guy closer?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it is a 15 plus 2, 17.
Oh yeah, totally. There's like a blanket or like a tarp sort of thing that you could wrap around yourself.
I put the little cloak on me and I sort of like start mingling with the crowd.
Give me a stealth check.
Okay.
This early in the campaign, a player is still working out that character. Blurred could certainly run on in, straight down the middle, disrupting the ceremony and alerting the kobolds. Or he could take a more stealthful approach, skirting around the outside. Or maybe he'll try to sneak through the crowd, but that's a risky undertaking. His next move might tell us a lot about how Sean is going to play Blurred moving forward in this campaign.
What are the rest of you doing while he's doing that?
Oh man.
I want to like ask one of these kobolds like what's going on.
17.
17? Oh yeah, you're getting up there. So your friend's like disappearing off into the crowd.
I'm trying to go towards the front.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Do we want to talk to them or do we want to?
What do you think, boss?
I convey, I say, it seems to be some sort of rite of passage. They're picking a new leader.
As you're describing this to him, another kobold walks up and approaches the hammer. And this time on the first strike, both of his arms blow off. And another cheer erupts from the crowd. Eee! And the one, his arms are gone, but he sits straight up and the priest comes over and kind of like heals his wounds. And he stands up and goes, Eee! And he runs back.
I try to
into
jump
the
up
crowd.
and catch one of the arms, like catching a drummer's drumstick at a show crowd.
I mean, we could just wait till they all blow their own arms
roll
off.
for that.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, dexterity, that's 11 plus 12.
Yeah, you catch the arm. Yeah,
I catch it,
catch an arm.
and one of my arms is now like sticking through the cloak. I have a kobold arm, kind of like, that was so cool, good job, buddy. and I try to shake someone's hand.
Okay, one of them turns to you and goes, yeah, it's like, wait.
Clearly that last person was not worthy, but I feel like if we approach them and ask them, I don't think they would be friendly.
Okay, maybe one of the ones who's already gone and done the trial and has failed, and the one who is healed.
Yeah, the one who has no arms now.
Yeah. I say like, I guess this wasn't your race to run, you know? Can't win them all, I guess.
No, I'm gonna be doing a lot of running now, I think. Almost exclusively.
Yeah, you're without arms, you're mostly reliant on your legs. Will these guys freak out if I send somebody up there?
Rashawn coming in with a question.
It's worth a shot, right?
And he waves his torso.
Tries to raise his arm.
Utilizing her core strength, roleplay.
She's establishing that Tammy isn't shy and she'll lead with communication.
I say, Vicky, it's your time, damn it.
That is my name.
Yes. Come on, show 'em, Vicky. Show 'em what stuff you got.
Oh my gosh. So when I walk through do I just like push him out of my way, or maybe I'm
Once people notice that like there's a huge cat person just kind of lumbering through this crowd of kobolds, you now have the crowd's full attention.
Yes.
Tammy wanted to see what that hammer did, but didn't want to blow her own arms off, so she's sending Vicky in there.
That is a veteran RPG move.
I'm gonna walk up to the priest guy and be like, just crack my knuckles and crack my neck and be like, can I get in on that?
Heather now taking the stage with some RP as well.
Yes.
Interloper?
No, my name's Vicky.
Oh.
She's committing with a bold choice of voice for Vicky Dammit.
Can I get in on that?
Let's see if this rookie can keep it up.
I may attempt the trial.
Choose your components. And he gestures at the scrap pile.
The hammer, shape metal into anything.
I choose the most round circle flat. It's probably flat.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
Yeah, no, the most round thing is probably a cannonball.
And I pick it up like without a problem, right? Get the cannonball and then I
Grab the hammer.
I would like to dramatically, while I'm flexing a little bit, which is going to be really great if I fuck this up, hit.
All right, you grab the hammer. On the first strike of the hammer, a loud, piercing clang echoes throughout the cavern. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh, a con save. Based on what we've seen happen to these kobolds, this doesn't look good for Vicky.
Natural 20!
Whoa! A nat 20! What a roll!
Oh, that is sure to reinforce her tough barbarian character to this group of kobolds.
Okay, fine.
Oh no! Yeah.
All right, so this first hit of the hammer strikes the cannonball, and you feel an insane amount of arcane energy just surge through your body. You have withstood the attuning process. So you now know that what this hammer does is you're going to have to strike this thing again, and you need to have a perfect image in your mind of what you are trying to create with this metal. You will have to draw it.
Okay. Ooh. What am I gonna make?
If you do not have a perfect image in your mind, that's going to make the wisdom saving throw you have to make on the second strike a lot harder.
Can I cast guidance on Vicky?
Sure, yeah.
Just to add a little zhuzh to whatever you're doing.
The first thing that popped in my head was a silly little hat, but I don't know if that's...
It can be anything.
But I would at least like to walk through the crowd and be next to Vicky in case something goes wrong.
Sure. You approach to cast guidance on Vicky, and you
I have to
approach.
touch, so.
You approach for moral support, and as you do, like these armored kobolds that are like closer to the priest, they reach for their weapons, but they're not brandishing them yet.
I drew just a little crown. It's kind of small, but I drew little eyeballs on it. I thought it looked nice.
Oh, that looks like a classic crown. Round, points, it's got it all. Lucky is the head that wears that sucker.
So you have this image in your mind. Go ahead and give me a wisdom
Oh no.
saving throw.
And you've got guidance on
You have guidance?
Okay.
Let's go, Vicky. Let's go.
Go, you can do it, you can do it. Let's go. Let's see it.
Damn it! Everyone's stand back because chances are I could lose my arms. She's worked hard on these arms, but I could lose them.
Yeah. You don't want to get your arms blown off. No, you don't. You need those to roll to save your arms.
13.
13, you have advantage, so that means you get to roll twice and take the higher one.
Vicky.
Vicky, I love you, girl, but your arms are gonna get blown off.
The first one was
First
better.
one's better.
All right.
First one's better.
Oh, wow. So you bring the hammer down a second time. The item is imperfect, but it molds. So what happens is you are going to take 17 points of psychic damage.
Oh,
Ugly turn of events, Chris.
Sure is.
damn it!
A gasp from the crowd and a hush. The priest walks over to you and taps your forehead with his staff and goes,
We have a new leader.
Dun, 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 dun.
So you have the hammer, and you were asked to bring back something that the kobolds maybe shouldn't have.
Uh-huh. Well, this obviously needs to be held by your queen. So I'm just gonna hold on to this.
Oh, we can show you to your new quarters.
But first, maybe she should survey her kingdom.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll start at the edge and then come all the way back.
Roll a deception.
And I got a 5.
Was that a quake or a truck going by?
I think that was Jason's big polyhedral die.
I forgot I have inspiration.
Yes,
Yes, you can.
Come on.
Guidance.
Much better. 11 plus the guidance.
I hear it's 20 pounds. 1 pound per side.
It's a lot of pounds.
13.
Yes, we can survey the edges of the kingdom. We will send our guard with you.
Very well, yes. Your queen needs to be guarded.
Of course.
I'm very strong, so I only need like maybe one.
We will send 2. I must insist. You are our new leader. We cannot have you in danger.
If you insist.
So the priest then motions to a couple of the guards. The one holding a gun comes over.
Clow.
And there's another one holding 2 bladed discs, and they kind of walk up and flank you and motion towards wherever it is you're trying to go.
I'd like to look for an exit to try to help us.
Sure.
Was that investigation?
Yeah.
I rolled a 20.
A natural 20, yes.
I'm sorry.
So the way you came is
Tomorrow's gonna be
It's not even
all
with
one.
the stuff added.
I know, that's what's beautiful about it.
All right, so there's the way you came in, and then there's one other exit kind of on, like, it's the way you came in is directly behind you, then off to your right, there's another tunnel that looks like it leads out.
I bump into one of the guards and I say, actually, I was supposed to be one of the guards. They told me that I was supposed to be one of the 2. So you're dismissed. You're okay.
Give me deception at disadvantage.
You can still do this. You can do this.
Deception, disadvantage. Okay. So that's a 13. And a nat 20.
Okay, but you're at disadvantage. Jeez. I got a higher number than that on the die. So the guard just kind of gives you like one up and down and just shakes his head and continues standing right next to Vicky.
Shit.
So they don't lead you anywhere. They're just like waiting to see where you're trying to go.
I need to know what I'm dealing with as your ruler. And then I look at you like, kind of like, with like, trying to.
Like his penis? What are you asking to see?
The priest is not particularly buying this, and at this point he's like kind of off doing an aside with one of the other guards, and they're looking at you very skeptically.
I'd like to intimidate them and be like, what did I fucking just say?
Give me an intimidation check.
Okay. 14, 15, 16?
16. Unfortunately, that number is not going to be high enough, and it's gonna be time to draw your weapons.
No!
He said the thing!
Roll an initiative.
You have my pencil.
How do you think the party's gonna approach these kobolds, Chris?
Well, if you break it down, I'm pretty sure it's gonna go like this. Blurred's gonna go in for full stupid. Just a dumb decision out of the gate. That seems to be the way he plays. Now, Tammy, I think, will play it a little drunk. She's been slurring her words, and I think drunk, but smart is the way to go. Vicky, I think, is gonna be confused. She's generally confused, but she's got a giant hammer. And Modar is just gonna be angry at whatever else the party does.
I can't wait to see how the kobolds react to stupid, drunk, confused, and angry.
Me too, Blaine, me too.
Modar, you're up first, followed by the kobold elites. And then after that is going to be Blurred. And then we've got the kobold civilians.
Question. So you call these the kobold civilians, yet I see some of them have
I use that term
weapons.
loosely.
Okay.
They are also looking at you with malicious intent.
I remembered that we have these beads of force that are basically like mini grenades.
You certainly
and
do.
I did not want to throw a grenade into a pile of civilians, but if they're about to attack,
all's fair in love and war.
Modar is a devil. So I'm going to throw the bead of force right here to try to take out as many of these attackers as possible.
Okay, so that's going to elicit a flurry of dexterity saves from these poor civilians.
Oh, come on! They're attacking!
Ooh, okay, one of them nat 20'd if that makes you feel any better.
No.
The 4 that it was surrounding the area, yeah, you can
Right.
go ahead and lay them down because as this little glass marble, like it catches a glint of light as it sails through the air, and as soon as it makes contact with the ground, there's just this. It creates a shockwave of air that just rapidly expands outward and kind of blows them limb from limb. So you paint the floor with all of their viscera and body parts.
Modar!
Those are down, and you've effectively cleared a route in that direction.
Well, it looks like Modar is actually playing his alignment.
What color is cobalt blood, Chris?
I think it's probably off red. Between brick and fire engine.
That'll look good on a floor.
Now, out from the church, you're going to hear the rolling of wheels as a ballista is going to point its payload out the door with another kobold manning the back of it. Now, who has the misfortune of standing directly in front of the hammer? I believe that's going to be Vicky.
Oh no.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and roll for this ballista. I would say you were able to hear this large piece of equipment rolling up on you, and you're definitely going to hear the sound of the chunk as this bolt the size of...
It's right behind me.
Yep. Here we go.
My ears go down.
You are very lucky, and you see this massive bolt just sail right over your shoulder and impact one of the kobolds directly, and it just goes straight through this guy's chest, and he falls backwards on the ground. Vicky, the kobold next to you right there. Sorry.
The elite or the...
Yeah, the elite.
The elite would be, he's the one with the...
Slicey.
The hand slicers.
He's got the disky
Oh,
voice.
cool. Okay, so now he's going to throw one of those blades at you.
Everybody's picking on me.
Well, you have the hammer.
That's true too.
All right, that is going to hit, and that is going to deal 6 points of slashing damage as this blade sails through the air, it makes contact with you, and then flies right back to his hand. The other one he's going to throw at Modar, right next to him.
No.
Modar, can you remind me of your armor class?
21.
Okay, that's very high. So that he's gonna throw this blade at you, and it's just going to clang off of your metal body and return to his hand, and he's gonna sneer at you. Next up is going to be the one holding the gun. Then he's just gonna turn and empty both barrels. Tammy, get ready.
Oh, he doesn't empty the barrels in a non-violent way.
Did Josh say one of them has a gun?
Oh, I guess they do have guns in this fantasy setting.
Unfortunately, because guns are still fairly rudimentary, this first shot seems to just kind of be a dud, and it just blank fires.
The weapon sucks.
And he slaps it, and he fires it again.
Are these like musket guns or are these like Glocks?
He's trying to shoot you.
I think that one might be an Uzi.
Okay.
But unfortunately, it's not his day to roll above single digits. So he looks at you and he looks at his gun, and then he slaps it and he tries to do it again. He goes,
You can't handle all that pistol, baby. I'm Tammy Cole.
Your weapons suck.
okay, the priest is going to turn to the guy with the gun, and he is going to place his hand on him, and you see a spell effect, sort of like a barrier, kind of goes whoop over him. Blurred, it's your turn.
I'm next to Vicky right now. Am I able to communicate?
Yeah.
Okay. So I say,
They're all attacking you because you have that hammer. I'll give it to me. I'll run away with it.
Now, Vicky is having a hard time with this because she's been daydreaming about like if she could hold both hammers and maybe spin around, and she might be kind of like na 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 na. So I don't know if I want to do that right away, even though that's probably a good idea.
Damn it.
and I jump. I want to climb up this wall to try to jump on the guy on the other side who has the shooter.
Give me an athletics check to climb up this battlement.
Oof, this is a risky move.
I got a 16 minus 1.
Okay, yeah. Yes, you are able to clamber up
I'm
there.
getting the feeling you don't want me to do this, but
What do you mean? you clamber up there, and so you can put your token like up on this platform here.
Sad Josh, happy players. Happy Josh. Sad players.
You still have your bonus action and your movement.
Okay. Can I jump off while, like, throwing something? Or is it just jump off onto him?
We'll call it jump off onto him.
Okay.
Just because you already did your action in climbing up the face of the chapel.
So I jump off it aiming for his back.
Make an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics check. I rolled it's 4.
But what's on the die there?
1.
Naturally.
A natural 1.
Smooth move, X-Lax.
Rat-row.
Okay, so you leap off, you do like swan dive off of this.
Like belly flop off of this thing.
Do you say something cool when you do it?
Oh yeah.
I am the knight.
And I jump off and I'm like this.
And you jump off, you swan dive. It's beautiful form, honestly. But then he looks up at you and just like takes a step backwards.
Oh, no.
And you just smack. And you're going to be taking.
Blurred.
You're going to take 6 points of damage as you just belly flop onto the stone floor.
Blurred.
I have 8 hit points.
I hope he didn't land on anyone important.
Now it is the civilians' turns. They are going to. The front few are going to come up and swarm at you guys.
Okay. So this way.
We're gonna. Oh yeah, they're all moving. They're moving in.
Good.
We're just gonna roll some attacks at the front. Single digits. Oh, that's a hit. That's a hit. Okay, so Modar and Vicky, you're gonna. One of them got a 19 on the die, so I'm actually gonna be able to hit you, Modar.
Oh, because they have a +2 to attack?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you're going to take 4 points of damage as one of them comes in with a pickaxe and catches you at a weak point in your armor. Vicky, one of them is going to come in at you as well, just with their claws. And you are going to take 3 points of damage as they rake across your flesh. Well, really, it'd be more around your shin. But
That was my favorite shin flesh.
and now that you
it
are
3?
flanked by them, they're going to have advantage on their attacks.
You don't want to see the DM rolling a lot of dice like this, Chris.
No, you do not.
That's going to be another hit. This one's coming in at Tammy. Although you're made of stone, so they kind of rake their claws against stone, and you do feel it taking 3 points of damage from it.
Oh, you want to touch my body, you see. Okay.
They're touching it.
3 damage, I'll take that. I'm damn it cool.
Another one comes in.
Oh, Tammy, so much.
He's gonna miss. A lot of them are sort of half-hearted attacks because they saw you absolutely obliterate a few of their friends. So like a lot of their attacks are honestly just glancing off of you. Tammy.
Yes?
You're up.
All right. Tammy, seeing all of these kobolds come closer, I said, oh, you guys want to get comfortable, you see? And so Tammy's going to bonus action topple flurry blows.
Well, but you're swinging your meteor hammer, right?
Yeah, basically like a...
Okay, cool.
Oh, you want to touch my body? I take off my belt. I
Sure.
take off my head.
Tammy Cole has removed her stone head and is swinging it around like a mace.
I wish I could do that when I'm looking for my car in a parking garage.
That's not great.
Come on, Josh, be happy for me.
Just use your phone and take a picture of your space number.
Oh, good idea.
They all failed.
So
Great.
Blah.
So you're used to swinging at a height to knock somebody prone that's about core level for a medium creature. These are unfortunately small creatures. So the meteor hammer made of the stone connects with their skulls. And so the first one is a very satisfying crunch as its skull just implodes against the force of the meteor hammer, spraying blood all over not only the weapon but you as well.
Oh,
and
gosh,
his
my
neighbors.
beautiful
But
face.
it then continues, of course, and hitting the rest of them, and so it's just kind of like crunch, 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 crunch. And they all just kind of crumple to the ground in like bloody, gross heaps.
Okay, boys, have you had enough? Because I'll do more if you want.
You can roll an intimidation check on that.
Okay.
Is there any awkwardness if it's your face hitting their face?
I go in for kisses. They think that. Oh! That's a dirty 20, baby.
That's a dirty 20?
Yeah.
The civilians are going to bail. You've killed 8 of them now. The other civilians are going to start to try to run on
Which
their next.
ones are thems?
Well, they can't move yet. It's not their turn, but
Oh,
they immediately stop their forward motion. Vicky, it's going to be your turn.
I would like to rage, if I may.
You can absolutely rage.
Excuse me, may I rage?
Please.
When a barbarian rages, they get advantages on strength checks and saves, bonuses to their attack rolls, and are resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, 10 slashing damage.
What would you like to use those hammers for?
I just wanted to like mosh pit dive in and just like spin.
I'm gonna call this a reckless attack. So it'll be the, 20-sided die.
Do you have them?
Yes, so you have advantage. Roll them both, take the higher number.
Yeah, I got 13 plus.
Plus the war, it would be plus 7.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a dirty 20. That absolutely hits. Who are you aiming for with this first
So
swing?
okay, well, these guys are still like in my way.
Yeah,
so I
they
kind of just
sure
want,
are,
I wanted
yeah.
to get, I think, over here, right?
Mhm.
So I figured it was just gonna be like, Vicky! I'm gonna hit the camera! And just but faster and with more muscle.
Okay, so they start to back up, and no sooner do they start to back up than your
Tasmanian
full-size
devil.
hammer, the size of their bodies approximately, just makes contact with one of their flanks, shattering its ribcage inward, and it just flies across the battlefield. Again, landing with a gross sort of squelch in a heap.
Is it this guy? Which one?
Yeah, whatever one was closest.
Backwards, why not?
All right, second attack, go.
Yeah.
That hits.
Okay, you know what's funny? This also was a 1. You guys, stop it. It's 15. Yeah, so I hit and
22.
I wanted to
22
kind of.
hits,
I
yeah.
want to keep spinning. I'm having a
You're
good
still
time.
spinning, so yeah, the first attack hits, you come back around on the other side with the other hammer. This lowly kobold, clearly not expecting it, but you see his eyes widen almost in slow motion as it then comes and collapses his snout into his head and explodes out the back.
Now, from my point of view, I'd like to imagine it's slow motion, and again, the music's just like na 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 na, because I'm just like in my bliss, like. Yeah!
You are covered in blood.
So this guy, I just smooshed.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah.
His face exploded out the back of his head.
You see why I was like.
No, I mean I get it. I revised, what I wanted to do.
Okay, the priest is now going to cast a spell. Tammy, make me a Constitution saving throw.
That priest is using some heavy-duty magic for a kobold, Chris.
5.
You're, I guess not muscles, but you tense up and you are frozen in place.
Oh, hell.
Under the effects of the spell, the priest is holding a finger up at you.
The spirit in the sky. Or whatever. I'm frozen. I can't talk that good.
No, Blurred, you're up.
From the ground, I want to spring up onto the ballistic missile, knock the current bolt aside, and replace it with my body.
Blurred volunteering to be used as a missile.
Okay.
And I want to throw my dagger at the lever that shoots
This
it.
could go badly. Or very badly. Let's watch.
Why not? Go ahead and give me a ranged attack, with your dagger.
7 plus 7.
14 is enough to hit the lever that's right next to you, yes. So you guys don't see it happening, but you do hear another ka-chunk, and then presumably a scream.
I'm the missile!
You hear, "I'm the missile," as he goes sailing into the air across this platform.
Would you like assistance?
Well, where is it? Where's it aiming?
I'm gonna say it was aimed slightly upwards, so it's gonna launch you like over this courtyard. I would say to the other side of this entire little.
Have I used up all my? I've used up all my
that
stuff.
uses up all of your stuff. Are the civilians all dead?
There appears to be 3.
They are
three
running.
left.
They are going to
All right.
run.
Run.
Tammy,
Yes.
your turn. You can repeat the save at the start of your turn.
Yeah, let me do that. 18.
You're good.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna step in the wind. We're getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah, great. Okay, where do you go?
We're gonna go back the way we came because it's the straight shot. So I'm gonna run, scoop the kid, and we're out of here.
Run, scoop the kid.
Am I the kid?
Yes.
You're the kid.
Who else is the kid?
Scoop me! Scoop me with your hard body.
Thanks, Rock Mom.
Thanks for reminding me. Actually, you're going to take
No.
you're going to take 10 points of falling damage from getting shot out of a ballista.
Well, and caught by a rock person.
Yes.
You're using your most gentle touch.
All right, Tammy, you run out. You scoop the kid. You're making your way towards the exit the entrance where you came in. Vicky, you're up.
I was just kind of want to charge. kind of towards where, because I assume we're all trying to skate.
All right, you're making your way out.
I'm just in a very loud, lumbery, grumpy way. It's like, "Rah!"
Cool. Modar.
Unfortunately, the civilians running will think that we're chasing them.
Which will make them run faster.
So I disengage from this from this guard, if I may, and I start making my way. But as I make my way, I turn back and say, "You see what happens when you disrespect your queen."
That is some great role-playing from Jason.
He's more than just a cool hat. Much more.
The guards are going to chase you, but you have higher movement speeds than these little guys.
I'm gonna toss a force bead over my shoulder behind to fuck them up as we keep going.
Wowza. That's a natural one.
Suck it.
All right, so one of the guards chasing you, like he didn't want to give up the chase. It was the guy with the gun, so he pulls closer just in time to intercept the bead of force that you threw back.
Eyes crossed.
He opens his mouth like, "Oh no!" Boom.
Oh wait, which one?
That one, yeah. Not
Yeah.
You successfully escape from the Kobold caverns.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Good job. You're walking back through these tunnels, and suddenly, in the corner of all of your vision, it just blurs in a perfectly straight lines, like a little rectangle in the corner of your vision, and some light blue text appears on it. And it says, "Congratulations. Your contract has been acquired by Inkwell Industries. Please report to Port Promise for onboarding." As soon as you kind of process what it says, it disappears.
A mental transmission from Inkwell beamed directly into the heads of the player characters is a great element.
That's some quality game mastering from Josh, reminding us that anything goes in this game if you just use your imagination.
And Modar, you start to feel lightheaded. You feel your connection thinning. You kind of realize what's happening. You have a moment now to address your friends. What do you say?
My friends, I feel my hold on this corporeal form is weakening, which must mean that my superiors in hell have deemed me worthy of being able to prove that I can work with a team. I must leave you now.
What?
And you see a shadowy spirit sort of rise from the statue and turn into a cloud and just wisp away.
Oh man, is this the end for Modar?
Getting a little misty, Chris.
And with that, his body collapses to the floor.
No!
And introducing...
Hello?
New guest player, Eric Bauza.
I actually don't know how I got here, but he has to go.
And that is the end of our first session. Ooh boy, a cavern full of kobolds wiped out. A new cat queen is crowned, and a character dissipates to the spirit world, only to be replaced by a new player?
What happened to Jason? Who or what is Inkwell? And what garage level did I park my car on? But I'm sure they'll all be answered on our next exciting episode.
I'm Chris P., and on behalf of Blaine and myself, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Draw Your Weapons.
I wish he hadn't have died. I just had his hat tattooed on my ass. Chirp.